Hey guys, what's going on? RetroGamer here, and today we're looking at the RG43V Pro. This handheld is probably one of the best ones I've played in a very long time. Aside from the Embernic RG Rotate, this is a very good handheld. They did an excellent job. This is from the same company that I reviewed the R36T and the R36T Max. The company is AISLPC, and they did send this to me free for review to look at, but all opinions of this handheld are my own and no money was exchanged in the process. But let's talk a little bit more about the handheld. One of the things I love the most about this is the fact that it finally uses a different processor. Most of the processors in these lower end handheld budgets that are like $100 or less, they use that really awful RK3326 chip. It's awful. It's terrible. It doesn't run things very well. Up to like maybe PlayStation 1 is okay, and then after that, it's garbage. This finally has a really good chip. It has an upgrade. It has the RK3562, and I'm happy to say that it runs things very well. Even Nintendo 64 and PSP, but especially Nintendo 64. A lot of these handhelds say it can play Nintendo 64, and they're not wrong. It can play it, but it's god-awful. There's like maybe a couple games that run okay. Like usually Super Mario 64 runs okay on like everything, even if it has that bad chip on it. But once you start going to like Smash Bros. And GoldenEye and like Cruis'n USA, it's garbage. This though, surprisingly really well. All the games I played Super Mario 64, Ocarina of Time, GoldenEye 64, Cruis'n USA. Cruis'n USA was like, it was starting to hit its limit a little bit, but like it was still completely like more than playable. Like it was a little bit slow down here and there, but I was really impressed. GoldenEye too, like I've played that on that stupid like RK3326 chip, and it just will not run it. It just goes so bad. It slows down so bad. It ran completely fine on here. Very impressed. The chipset on this thing, grade A. Hats off to you guys. But the other thing I really like about this handheld is I love just how it feels in the hands. Now, this is a little bit wider for a handheld. This isn't very pocketable. It's going to be a little bit more, I guess, hassle for bringing it around if you like things to go in your pocket. Unless you have really big pockets, this isn't going to fit in like jean pockets or anything. If you have like shorts, on, it'll probably fit okay in there. So in terms of portability, it's a little bit less portable, but I really like it. I think it's really nice. Now, the screen is also quite wide. Some people might not like that. The games might be stretched out. I don't care about that. I've never cared about the games being stretched out or the screen not being the correct aspect ratio. I just like playing the games myself, but some people don't like that, so that's something to think about. The only thing I don't like about it is the speakers, they're not very loud. They don't get very loud on this thing. So that's the only like really con I have for it. But what I really love too is the analog sticks. Not just how they feel, but they're finally where they need to be. They're down at the bottom, like they're in the perfect spot. It's the same layout as like a PlayStation 2 or like a PlayStation 1 like controller layout. And personally, like that's just what I prefer. A lot of these handhelds, it's just so awkward. Like the controller layout and the sticks and the D-pad, they're just really bad in my opinion. I've never really liked a lot of these cheaper handhelds because it just doesn't feel right. This is perfect. Like it's perfect to play 3D games and 2D games. Like the layout is very good. And all the buttons feel pretty nice. The triggers on the back feel nice. They're not too clicky or loud. Sometimes that's a pretty big deal with these lower end handhelds. All the buttons feel good. The D-pad, I am really picky about my D-pads. I wish this one were a bit softer. I really do. For me, it's a little too stiff, but it still works completely fine. It's completely playable. It doesn't, function bad at all. I just wish it were a little more soft myself. But other than that, the only other highlight would be the HDMI out. It has HDMI out, so if you want to hook it up to the TV and play, that's also a really good option. But like there's not really anything bad about this handheld. Really, like this is one of the best ones I've played in a long time. As I said, other than the RG Embernic Rotate, this is one of the best ones. I really like this. I like the size of it and the shape. I said it's not super portable, but this is a really good handheld. I was really impressed. I didn't have high hopes. I'm going to say that now. I didn't have high hopes. I didn't have any expectations, but I'm very impressed with this thing. I'm very glad that it has a new chipset, And this handheld, I genuinely would recommend. I would genuinely recommend this. If you're looking to pick it up, this is highly recommend. It can play lower end games like NES and Super Nintendo and Game Boy Advance. Now it can play higher end stuff too, like PlayStation 1, Dreamcast, Nintendo 64 is very doable. PSP is actually really doable too. Like, I'm very impressed with this thing. If you're looking to pick it up, I'd highly recommend it. Thank you so much to AISLPC for giving me the opportunity to look at this handheld. Thanks for watching. See you next time.